But let's finish off talking about top four, talking about this game on Thursday night as well. Amir, Amir, is top four gone for you?
Nah, like listen, when it's still, you know, a possibility, I always will still have a bit of hope. You know, that's what football's about. You know, you have that delusional hope that we could still somehow get in there, and you know, Villa will drop points here and there and everywhere, and we'll somehow be perfect. But yeah, I think being, you know, having my realistic hat on, I think it will be Europa League for us. But yeah, you know, having my absolute delusional hat on, yeah, we're going to get top four. You know, it's one of those ones. But to be honest, like I said before, Europa League could be a blessing in disguise. And to be honest with you, maybe all this talk of winning a Premier League, because to be honest with you guys, I don't think we're anywhere near ready to be challenging like if you take this team as we've got now with Ange, I don't think we can compete for a Premier League next season. But is it all a smokescreen to go for one of these cups that we'll be involved in? You know, you'll have 3 cup competitions to go for next season. Maybe that's where we should be focusing. Get the monkey off our back, get a trophy under our belt, and then...
The treble's on, Amir. The treble, the cup treble.
I love it, Lee. I love it. Come on.
But you know, like a team is like a big machine with the cogs, right? And you need the right cogs in the right place so everything is a well-oiled machine. I feel like we've got a lot of those cogs in place, but a lot of them are missing. And you would have said the same about Arsenal when they finished 5th instead of 4th, and nobody could have predicted that they would have challenged for the title the season after. So I would say, like,
what do you say about Arsenal? If they don't win the league this season, right? Hopefully they don't. They've got to quarter-final Champions League. They're out both domestic cups, and they don't win the league. What do you say that's missing in their cog? So today, there's nothing missing. They're amazing. They're a great team. They're this, that, and I'm just giving you stats. But when they don't win the league, what's missing? That's my point. Same as City. If they don't win the league this year, they don't win any cups. They don't say they get beaten by Man United in the FA Cup final. What's missing?
I'll tell you exactly what's missing.
A top striker, man.
The enemy league.
It's a top striker. A top striker. They don't have one.
Exactly. If they had one, they'd win the league.
Yeah, 100%. If they had a world-class level striker, an Ollie Watkins or someone like that in their team.
Harry Kane.
Don't even mention that name and that club in the same sentence, to be honest. But anyway, Lee, you did mention at the beginning of the show saying you think top four's gone. My brother, every time he comes in, he gets out his graphs on the table. He's working out every single sort of scenario he can get, how we can make top four. Every single week, he's like, oh, Villa going to drop off here, Villa going to drop off there. Is it a possibility for you?
Look, it's only a possibility on the basis that, look, I'm the same as Sim. I'm a nightmare with all my graphs and my stats and all that sort of stuff. 72 points guarantees you top four out of the last 12 seasons on average. I think there's been one season, the last 15, that has been 75 points to get top four, and then the average works out at 72. There's only been a couple of seasons where 70 points doesn't get you top four. So the reality is, if you get 72 points, you are virtually there or thereabouts. It's like the unwritten rule for getting relegated. 40 points, you're safe, right? It's that unwritten rule. There's a couple of anomalies, but 72 is top four. Now, in order for us to get 72 points, we need to win our last 4 games. Simple as that. And that gives us 72 points. That will get us top four still, in my opinion, because Villa will drop points, right? They will. But I don't think we're getting 12 points out of our next games. And I'm sorry to say, and I am Mr. Optimistic, right? And I do everyone's head in for being too optimistic. I think I'm called a positive positivity. I don't know, some crap that social media have made up. But anyway, the reality is we're going to Stamford Bridge on Thursday, and we ain't winning that football match. It's just not happening. We're not going to do it. They absolutely hate us. They're going to be right up for it. They've just turned a corner versus the Villa performance, and we're on our knees. And we haven't got it in us, I don't think, as a fan base, as a team, as a club at the moment, to get off our knees from the North London derby and go and beat Chelsea at Stamford Bridge for only the second time in about 4,000 years. So for me, as soon as that game's done, our top four is completely over. So yeah, I mean, I think even Sheffield United being relegated and Burnley, I actually made a prediction in the last one Spurs WhatsApp group ages ago saying there is no way on this planet we are going to drop off at the end of this last season. And I've got those things, and we're basically doing exactly what I said we wouldn't do. I mean, what do I know, team? I ain't got a clue, have I? So
we're making top 4 then. We're making top 4 and winning at Stamford Bridge.
Come on.
But yeah, I mean, I am normally Mr. Optimistic. I can't see us getting more than. I think we could potentially get. Well, 6. Well, the thing is, I actually think weirdly that we could potentially beat City at our place, but none of us want to do that because it hands a title to Arsenal. So that has to be a loss. The Chelsea game's a loss. We might get 6 points. 66 won't get us top 4 because Villa are already on 67. So there you go. There's the answer.
Is it possible for us to get top 4 without beating Man City? Is that even a possibility?
Yeah, Villa have to lose, don't they? They have to lose their next 3 games, and we have to win against Chelsea and then beat Sheffield United and Burnley. And then we have 69. They have 67. I mean, they could draw one of their last games. They're not going to do that, are they? Who have they got? They've got Brighton. Villa have got
Brighton, Liverpool, and Palace.
Fine. So Brighton are shocking. Like no offense, but they're absolutely shocking. Liverpool will probably turn them over. There's your little bit of hope. If you can get a draw with Brighton,
and Palace are playing well at the moment.
Maybe. Bloody hell, you're turning into your brother, Ben. Top 4's back on.
But do you even care that much, though, guys? Like, how much does top 4 even mean to you? Because I've been saying it for months now that I don't even care if we make the top 4 or not. I mean, we've been here in the top 4 so many times. It's never kicked us on.
No, I think, listen, for me, I know everyone says that, the Champions League, you want to feel like you've got an actual chance in it. I just feel like at the moment with Tottenham, we've conceded 52 goals so far this season, 16 of set pieces. You want to go in the Champions League like this? We'll get humiliated. The Europa League, I think, is a great ground. I mean, I said it earlier, it's a great grounding for a young group, and they're a modest group as well. It's not like we've got Conte and Mourinho here that maybe see it a bit as below them, although Mourinho, to be fair to him, look, he takes every competition seriously. You just felt with Conte, the Conference League was almost a bit of an embarrassment to play there, hence we decided we want to get disqualified from it. The reality is with Tottenham, the reality is that I think next season would be great. It'd be almost a way in which you could bet in some of the great young talent we're seeing, the likes of Jamie Donnelly that's doing really, really well, Mikey Moore, though I even say these guys have an opportunity in a competition where you can sprinkle that with some of the players that we've obviously seen that have done really well this season. And I think that's a great grounding. And you know me, Ben, I absolutely love a trophy. God, I do think for a trophy. That's a great opportunity to have a chance to win another trophy. And you go into next season with genuine 4 possibilities of doing something. I mean, the league, I think, will be beyond this next season. But the FA Cup and League Cup, as I always say, I want to always see an emphasis on that. And I think that's been the biggest frustration this season. Yeah. Because we haven't progressed in those cup competitions. We've had less games, which means we've had less time on the field to really work with the team and everybody as a whole. And I think that's the thing. We've had these 2-week gaps where I think many clubs have said they've not really enjoyed having these gaps. And Ange just said it, he would prefer to have the games. So next season, more games. I mean, it's been a weird season. We've had almost like a 40-game season. But I think part of us are all knackered already and want it to come to an end. It's like nuts, isn't it? I mean,
that's why I worry about that with the players. I said this to you before, Rick. I worry about that mentality of the players. Like half of these players thinking like, if half the players are thinking like what we're thinking, and I know they're professionals, but if they're thinking like some of the fans or some of what we're thinking like, they're not going to win football matches. This is one of the reasons why I am always positive normally, other than the Chelsea thing. But, because you have to go into games believing you can win. Because if you don't, you're going to lose already. Like, it's a mentality thing. And people think, Ben, your rousing speech on your previous show before the North London derby, we have to brutalise them as the crowd. The crowd needs to... People don't get it. But they don't understand that we have an absolute integral part of making sure that we're together. The togetherness is the fans, is the board, is the club, is the coaches, is the players. It's all together. And we don't want to go all together. There's people offering me out on my DMs because I said that we'd be who want to go. It's unbelievable.
They're nuts. Have they seen you in person? Have they seen those guns? Are they mental?
Well, I mean, that's up to them, innit? But no, do you know what I mean? It's like I just feel that we're so desperate. It's coming back to a point I made earlier. We're so desperate as a fan base to be successful that we'll almost do whatever it is. And as soon as it doesn't go our way, we want to, have a go at each other. And, not this panel, but, the wider network, you see it. It's like, it all kicked off in the South Stand, didn't it, Ben? Like, at the game. It was ridiculous. Like, police outside, all kicking off. It's like...
That's because Gooners were in the home end.
Yeah, Gooners, to be fair.
Gooners in the home end, but then the Spurs fans were kicking off against the police and whatever. And it's like, what's going on here, people? Come on.
Yeah. But Lee, I mean, what is your opinion on the top four? Are you desperate for the top four? I mean, is it the be-all and end-all for you this season? I mean, how much do you care about it?
I do like dining at the top table, Ben. I'm partial to a 5-star, 6-star experience. If I'm honest, not being prawn sandwich because I'm in the South Stand, but
that's what I'm saying. Why are you in the South Stand and not in the H Club then?
No, exactly. No, I mean, in terms of metaphor, so I think our club dining at the top table is attractive. I think that the new Champions League format, it's the first one in the new format. I think that would be quite important or nice for us to be in. But I do agree with Amir and Ricky in the sense of, and yourself, Ben, to be fair, like Rick's been saying it for a while, actually as a development of our club, is in terms of the playing side, it's probably better to be in the Europa. And you can get some of these boys that have been ripping up Premier League 2, by the way, absolutely tearing it up. Get some of them some games, get in the interaction of them. I love seeing one of our own, two of our own, three of our own playing in the first team and doing well if we can get them in there. And we just haven't had the games to be able to do that. I also love the fact that Ange wants to go for the big prizes, which is exactly what Maurizio Pochettino did when he first came in. And it used to annoy the fan base, some of it. I want to go for the big prizes. But it was the mentality shift of, we're okay if we can just win a Carabao. What he actually wants to do is go and compete with a big top. And that's where we need to be. So if you were to offer me Champions League right now versus Europa, I'd probably take you Champions League. Not because of the money, just because I'm dining at the top table and you're playing against the best. I think from a development perspective, there's no harm. I mean, look, we are the original Thursday, Sunday team, aren't we? We must have played Thursday, Sunday more than any. I'm going to put down my stats. Get Sim to look this up. I reckon we played more Thursday, Sunday football than anyone in the league.
It'll work better for my marriage if that helps anyone. No one cares about my marriage.
The good old days.
Amir, Tottenham to make the top four. I mean, you can only push one of these buttons. Top to make the top four, Arsenal not to win the league, or vice versa. Which one are you taking?
Wait. Go through that again, Ben. This seems like an impossible question.
That's a clip there, isn't it? That's a clip.
Tottenham to make the top four and Arsenal to win the league. Arsenal not to win the league. Tottenham to go into the Europa League.
Oh, number 2 all day long. Yeah.
Would anyone take number 1?
You've got to be off your head to take number 1.
Ben, what are we going to do in 2 weeks' time if that game at home to Man City is a definer? I know this is probably not the show for it. You're going to do a panel show in a couple of weeks' time. I'm telling you, you have 60,000 Spurs fans in City shirts. And if they're not, I'm going to question why they aren't in Spurs shirts. I don't ever want my team to lose, but we cannot be in a situation where we are letting Arsenal win the league and we've helped them do it. That just cannot happen. If you are, I don't mean rude by saying if you're proper Spurs, but if you are a true Spurs fan in your heart, you do not want Spurs to beat Man City. And that freaking kills me to say that because I'm a Tottenham fan. I want us to win every game. But I can't be in a situation where Tottenham are going to potentially hand Arsenal the league. That just cannot happen in my lifetime. I don't want to be here for it.
Well, I tell you what, guys. All of you are talking about, I want to see the Jamie Donnellys, the Iago Santiagos, the Judson Sot Bells. 14th of May at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Last home game of the season when there's pretty much nothing to play for apart from stopping Arsenal win the league. I think it's the perfect opportunity, guys. I don't know about you.
Wheel them all out. Without the old dog.
I'll tell you what, even better. Even better. Let's just get us 4 in there. Get Sim on there. We get as well. We're playing.
Be left back. I'll make sure I give him a couple of goals. Don't worry about it.
Kevin De Bruyne going past on the wing. Happy day.
But look, I think that does bring an end to the panel show today, guys. But I want to thank all of you guys, Ricky, Lee, and Amir,